You know Tali as one of the best, defeating 17 straight pros on your channel. But quiet, he's quietly coming into this tournament. Maybe sneaks, by Tali and gets into the semifinals. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, and kind of very interested to see, can Tali continue the dominating performance he showed in the round of 16.
Okay, quarterfinal. Tali back.
Bring them into the arena for the second time today.
Quiet. Age 25, China. He beat Lupanji to reach the quarterfinal. Quiet by name and quiet by game. This player made a big impression in the early days, and this being the World Finals and his first time ever abroad, he'll be going all out. Tali, age 33, Vietnam. He beat Amaterasu to reach the quarterfinal. Regarded by many as one of the best players in the world, Tali is such a fierce competitor, he even missed his daughter's first birthday to compete. We won't tell her if you don't. It is quarterfinal 4, Quiet and Tali. Final 4, Quiet has chosen to ban Goblin Barrel. Tali has chosen to ban Elixir Collector. Duelers, prepare to battle.
Goblin Barrel and Elixir Collector. What are you?
I'm looking at the voice of God. He's up there somewhere. He's doing a great job.
Như vậy là
And I think I'm ready for this fourth and final quarterfinals match. How about you?
Oh, I have been waiting for this
Golden
match
Barrel.
for a while. I mean, we see two Asian players, Quiet versus Tali, clash off here in the quarterfinals. And, a lot of matchups, we've seen 2 O's so far throughout the quarterfinals.
We have.
And I'm interested to see, are we going to see a fourth 2-0, or can, a little mix and match happen here, and we see a 2-1? I'm hoping for a 2-1. I know everybody else is. We'll see what happens in game number 1.
I think this is also interesting because it marks the first time that we've got players from a very close region who are going to be competing with each other. Quiet from China and Tali from Vietnam are virtually neighbors at this point.
Ok, như vậy là vào rồi nha.
They've also proven that they're co-competitors at a very similar level of play. We're seeing Tali start off with a Goblin Hut. Maybe he's playing another one of those siege decks that we saw earlier in the match.
Yeah, a miner going to get stomped down from the Mega Knight. It's just going to fall from the sky and do work there. The Spear Goblin, it's going to hang behind the Mega Knight. The miner coming in the back, going to get a lot of chip damage. But we see that looming P.E.K.K.A. to clear out the Mega Knight. You do not want to see a P.E.K.K.A. when you have a Mega Knight in your hand.
You certainly don't, Shen. Pretty dangerous. Keep that P.E.K.K.A. far away. Miner in your hand, safe at bay. Left side attack is going to be Goblins making their way toward the tower, not getting a stab off though. Quiet holding on strong to defense. He's the soft, strong type, isn't he, in Chen?
Yeah, the soft, strong, and lethal.
Silent, strong.
Yeah, the silent, strong, and lethal.
Yeah.
Well, Goblin Hub from both players here.
But deadly.
Ooh, silent. Well, it looks like it's almost the exact same deck. With the addition of the P.E.K.K.A. instead of the Mega Knight, we're going to see maybe that might be the difference in this matchup. But when two decks are this similar, it's almost always who plays the deck better, who makes that one crucial play in the match. That's going to determine it. Miner coming in, and that's going to get a ton of damage as the Mega Minion has to waddle really far. It doesn't, quite move as fast and nimble as those small minions. It's kind of got a lot of armor on it, so it takes a little bit of time to get there.
It's got tiny little wings, but he still manages to fly across the arena. Miner soaking for this Inferno Dragon at the left side. Mega Minion not going to make it all the way there. Looks like they're playing very similar decks indeed. I think that if I were to just look at this match on paper beforehand, I would say that Quiet's P.E.K.K.A. would give him the edge over Tali's Mega Knight. That's typically an exchange that goes in favor of the heavy
900 máu rồi, cố lên.
beast, the P.E.K.K.A. herself. But
800.
so far, Tali's been playing perfectly, stabbing away every chance he gets onto the left side tower and trying to prevent those big exchanges from happening. But hold on, this is a 3 muskie deck. Quiet is bringing in the big guns.
Yes, Tali cannot believe it as the Mega Knight's already dropped on the field. There's double muskies on the right-hand side. The Miner comes in as well with the Mega Man. He's taking a ton of damage on this right-hand side as a muskie is locked on. The Miner has to be played on defense, and just like that, quietly gets right back into this match, but his left-hand side tower is in trouble.
Pekka to defend against the Mega Knight, but look out because the Inferno Dragon's trying to burn him down. Zap coming on in from Quiet to help her out, but it still looks like she's beleaguered with so many troops stacking up right on top of her. Miner at the back left is uncontested. Finally, an Electro Wizard comes down to finish him off, able to zap and reset his targeting, but left side down to 430 means that it's awfully close to poison cycle range, chat.
Yeah, that Spear Goblin came around the back as well and threw a spear in it, and this is going to be the last push that Quiet has to come back or even try to win this game. 3 Musketeers split here. Poison and Zap is not going to be enough, but Poison and a Miner shot or two could be the game. So he's got to block the Miner, always have enough elixir to save himself from a Miner. But the Inferno Dragon, he's up, is he going to zap it? The Pekka is going to get turned around from the Mega Knight. Beautiful defense from Tali, and here comes the assault.
We're in double elixir overtime right now, so the next kill we get it. One Goblin sneaks in. Poison added on top is going to be plenty of overkill. As Tali takes the first battle, the dueler reigning supreme in this match.
Yeah, the sneaky Goblin snuck in and just got the stabs off. The Poison comes in, took care of business, stole a little bit of gold from him, you know? And it's going to be game 1 going to Tali. Beautiful maneuvering around, you know, the Pekka versus the Mega Knight matchup. Played beautiful Miners, got the damage early, and the 3 Musketeers, you know, you had 3 Musketeers, but you always had to worry about the Mega Knight just dropping on it, so you had to wait for the Mega Knight to be played, then drop the 3 Muskies. You saw the 3 Musketeers come out super late. He finally got one push off, but the towers were so healthy that Tali was able to afford taking over 1,000 damage on that right-hand tower, because he already had the tower, Quiet's tower, down to like 780 at that point.
As the famous, in the famous words of the Rumham, the last hit point of the tower is the only one that matters. Might be that Tali takes more damage overall, but if neither of his towers fall, he's still gonna get the win. Forcing the plays to be kind of so split up and preventing him from building up that one crucial push that he needed to actually get a tower down was the best thing that Tali could have possibly done there. He was not going to win the straight up, you know, match where they were just butting heads against each other. He had to play very tactically, sending in a Miner in the back to distract, trying to set up a Goblin Hut right in front to deny the little counter-attacking troops that Quiet was sending in. Quiet had a massive push put together with 3 Musketeers and a Pekka added on top, but Tali always found just the right combination of cards and just as little elixir as necessary to get the clutch defense to keep that tower nice and healthy.
Yeah, he had the Inferno Dragon, which dealt with the Pekka, and then he just really needed to clear out the double Musketeers on the other lane. Was able to do it, and he controlled the game the entire match. The only time where he didn't was in the middle there. Musketeers was like, oh, no. He stopped it, got it back in its favor, and then took the game with a little Miner chip here, Miner chip there. But let's get into game number 2. Tali gonna start off with another Goblin Hut, and just like that, a Spear Goblin strikes first, as it's going to do a little bit of damage here. A little Raphael.
Deja vu right now.
Deja vu.
Yeah, we're seeing lots of spawners so far in this tournament. A surprising turn of events, given that we didn't see a whole lot of them in competitive play leading up to now. But the metagame changes every so often, and we see different cards becoming popular.
Musketeer.
Yeah, Musketeer, the single lone lady of Devastation. She's going to be moving in the left side with a couple of Spear Goblins to help her out.
Yeah, most people play Electro Wizard in this slot, but oh, it does get a shot off on the Goblin Hut. It takes a little bit of chip damage, but it's got a lot of health and a lot of Spear Goblins come out of that thing.
I'd say Quiet's doing pretty well on Elixir right now. He's just got to be worried about Tali putting that left side tower to ruin. It's a good play to use the Furnace on the left lane. The thing that I'm concerned about, though, is that Goblin has a pretty good counter to Furnace. The fact that it's got that little bit of range damage to soak just a little Fire Spirit here and there, I think he doesn't have a whole lot to worry about. They're relatively even matched at the 4 and 5 cost, but there's not going to be a whole lot of value for the Fire Spirits or the Spear Goblins.
Yeah. Yeah, and me and Rumham were saying earlier, this might be the secret sauce that wins the tournament, Quiet's deck. So I think all the players right now are very, very, very intently watching this game to see how Tali plays versus this double spawner. I feel like everybody's got to be very, very, very aware of how to stop this, because it's going to change the game.
Mega value poison able to hit the Goblin Hut, the Miner, or excuse me, the Tower, the Musketeer supporting that Miner out the left lane. Quiet gets the turnaround he's been looking for all game and almost gets a Mega Minion to lock the tower. Being able to take out the Bandit is just about as good as anything though, and Quiet going in on the offense has started to turn the tide of this match.
Yeah, and so much damage coming off on that tower. The Furnace and the Goblin Hut just kept on adding pressure, and now you see Quiet with a pretty big Elixir lead in this matchup. Spawners equal Elixir advantage if you're able to play them continuously and get them down, and you can only poison one, you can't poison both.
Often not. It seems like the center of the arena is the preferred placement for that Goblin Hut, while the Furnace is often going to the back. Another clutch poison play from Quiet, gets reliable tower damage, clips the Goblin Hut on the left, on the right, and the Musketeer out on the left.
Yeah, the Bandit's coming in here, but Fire Spirits are going to do so much work. Oh, the Electro Wizard kind of just saps the ground there as the Bandit phases right through.
He was having trouble with this Musketeer. She can't do a whole lot of things better than the Electro Wizard. She doesn't have spawn damage, but she has single target damage that's a bit stronger than the Electro Wizard. That's where she can shine, but look out, she's about to get a big shiny sword crash down upon her head. Pekka gets the chop in there, and Tali is on defense in a troublesome position now with Mega Knight defending against Pekka. Not a good set at all.
No, these Mega Minions for Quiet have been doing so much work clearing out these Mega Knights, and once again it clears out another Goblin Hut. I think that's the second Goblin Hut it's cleared out by just swiping.
Be careful though, because Tali is actually pulling ahead in damage. He's looking pretty strong here, even though his individual pushes haven't really been able to connect very hard. The reliable just flash from the poison and consistent shutdown of these spawners from Quiet have kept Tali ahead. Another Miner connects, and that's chip damage again. The Mega Minion is able to swat it down, but not before he gets a few hits off.
No, whoop. Miner comes in, but here's the thing. He keeps on minering Musketeers, so every single time he starts, knocking down the Muskie, he loses that reliable tower damage from the Miner. He gets super value poisons, but he's not getting, he sneaks another Miner through.
Tearing down the Goblin Hut. Its win condition down to nothing. He's got to make this last and final push work, because Tali's poison's going to be able to finish this game off. A Miner coming in to support this push from Quiet, but it's looking awfully dangerous. His game-winning streak might be over as Tali is tearing a big one. Look out, this Pekka's getting close. The Miner, oh my God! It turns it around.
I don't believe it. Tali went in for the Miner, and Quiet quietly defended with the Electro Wizard and Mega Minion combination. Tali just didn't even realize that was going to take it out. He thought he had enough health, but the Mega Minion and E-Wizard just destroyed his left-hand side tower, and we're in disbelief. You got to pick up the joy after that one, Oh my. How do you come back from it? Now, here's the situation that happens now. You're now in a game 3. Okay, you're Tali. You're dominating game 1. You're dominating game 2. And then all of a sudden, in a blink of your eye, you lose game 2, and a miracle by Quiet, and now you're like, now you thought it was over. Now you got to go back into mode. Whoa, ring.
Pick it up.
Oh, pick it up, yeah.
It's your wake-up call in chat, and I think that Quiet has got a great chance of being able to turn this match around, pull the victory off after all. Even though Tali was just hammering him out on the left, he had a great deck setup, and the opportunity to just get one critical strike in there was all he needed behind for pretty much the whole match. But that double elixir time is really the chance that these players have to demonstrate their skill, to show that they can get the timing just right to get that one little stab in there to tear the tower down. I cannot believe that the Pekka was so close and managed to get in there so far to give the Mega Minion that time that he needed to let the Electro Wizard get an opportunity to strike in there. I wonder Oh, I wonder if Tali had played defense instead of sending a miner in, if he would have gotten the win in that last round.
You throw a miner on defense, you throw everything you had, and then all you had to do is poison. Tali was left in a situation where I think he got overconfident on the fact that he only knew he needed to poison out, and then he realized, uh-oh, I can't stop this push right now. I'm just going to throw a miner to try to get the win and maybe zap. But it was too late as that push from Quiet, you know, was just overwhelming. And now we're going to see a game 3, and it kind of just shakes things up because when you lose a match like that, in a stage like this where everybody's looking at you, you know, it could, play a little bit into the next game. Hopefully Tali can just say, forget about that. We're going to go into game 3, just like we did the beginning of game 1, beginning of game 2, and take game number 3. But that's hard to do, Woody.
Felt like a total Wile E. Coyote moment there. The Predator going in for his final kill. Upset as the Roadrunner just manages to escape. Quiet gets a great upset, but is in a lot of difficulty here. A Graveyard splashing on in. Hasn't actually damaged the tower at all yet. Nice defensive poison there. Keeps him alive, yeah.
Yeah, he does have a Furnace now. It looks like Quiet is going to run the Furnace Spear Goblin Hunt deck again.
Knight taking a little bit of damage from the Fire Spirits. Not looking too confident here, but Poison does come in time for Tali to be able to take out the Furnace. A little bit of chip damage onto the tower.
Go lên, come on.
Come on. About 4 elixir ahead right now. Starts off with a Mega Minion in the back left.
Just a cycle. Push. Yep, just a cycle to a Goblin Hut. He knows he's ahead in elixir, and Tali can't do anything about this Hut. It's just going to get continuing. It's going to get continuing value. Once again, another Musketeer.
The most value.
The most value.
Out of all the Huts. It's Jabba the Hut in the center. Spitting out goblins like there's no tomorrow. In the back left, we've got a Graveyard, but a defensive poison once again from Tali that's able to one-shot the Skeletons. A little bit of a misplacement there. It actually is allowing some of the Skeletons to break through in the bottom. A tiny bit of damage for Tali. But Quiet is still looking relatively firm in his footing here.
Yeah, Tali's Musketeer took down the E-Wizard, took down a little bit of that Hut, and now another Furnace comes down from Quiet, and that's just going to be a poison. I think Tali realized he's just going to go for the poison cycle. Every single time you drop that Furnace behind your tower, I'm going to get the 240 damage in your tower and almost nuke the entire Furnace.
Cha-ching, cash out that value, 4-for-4 trade. You just need a little bit of an ice go back to soak some of the damage.
Ooh.
Oh no, what?
Goblin Hut in the back. This could be graveyarded down with the Graveyard, and there it is. Tali's gonna throw a Graveyard out. Is the Hut gonna be able to survive this?
I'm not entirely sure. That's an offensive poison from Tali, taking out the Electro Wizard out front, clipping the tower, the Mega Minion, and taking care of a couple of Spear Goblins there. Left side is the P.E.K.K.A. play from Quiet. He found his opportunity now in double elixir time to put a big push together. Can he get the hit on tower that was denied so many times in the last game?
Yeah, another Hut comes down from Quiet here, and he's got this big bad P.E.K.K.A. with the poison, and look at these Spear Goblins. They're adding up. He's already got 4 or 5 on the field.
Tornado pulls all the troops away, and plenty of range damage from the Musketeer and Cannon Cart. Destroy that push. Tali looking strong on defense, barely took any damage at all, but it's still even more spawners in the back from Quiet.
Yep, and a poison is just going to get a lot of chip damage.
That's an offensive poison, though. No defense from Quiet.
Hay lắm.
That's a ton of damage.
Yeah.
As the Skeletons and spell damage tick it down to 837. Quiet has been struggling to get a connection so far this game. He's only got that left side of Tali down to 2144.
Yeah, and there's a Knight coming down from Tali. Quiet needs to find a way to get this P.E.K.K.A. to the tower. Otherwise, I think he loses the game if this P.E.K.K.A. doesn't connect or even get close. But there is a poison. It's gonna clear out everything. A Graveyard poison comes down from Tali, and it's only a matter of time. The P.E.K.K.A. goes back. And this is the push that Quiet needs to do. It's now or never. P.E.K.K.A. Electro Wizard on the left-hand lane. Cannon Cart coming down from Tali.
A second P.E.K.K.A. going absolutely crazy on the left side. Quiet adds on another big heavy hitter out in front, but the Cannon Cart still looking pretty healthy in the back. Mega Minion swooping on in to give her a little bit of cover from being fire. But look out, because the Cannon Cart's already gone down. Tali on defense has hit another Really precarious position here. Zap goes down to try to reset the Musketeer. Gets the job done. The Mega Minion getting in close, but can't quite reach the tower. Meanwhile, Miner tears it down at 10:36. One more big hit like that from Quiet, and he's won the game. But can he stand there long enough in chatting?
I don't know. It's going to be close. Pekka trying to survive. Are the Skeletons going to get value? A defensive graveyard poison.
Hay lắm.
He's going to survive.
Hay lắm.
But Tali's got to cycle back to
220 bao áo.
fast as humanly possible.
Được
That's his
defense.
goal right now.
Go on.
Everything. Tornado everything back and poison. That's what Tali's going to be doing. Musketeer and Cannon Cart on defense. There's the tornado deploy.
Xong rồi. No.
Coming in from Quiet. It's going to get Mega Minion down.
223 máu.
Not enough in chat in the left side tower for Quiet is within poison range. At a graveyard on top for even more pressure. Tali
Hay quá.
he's going to the semifinals.
And Tali will be our last semi-final.
Well done, bro. Well done.
Ramos. Music Master is going to be going up against Wins, and unbelievable matchups. Best of 3. Tali was able to hold on once again. Taking care of business in that game, looked dominant, and this time held on at the end and was able to get the Game 3 victory, sending them to the semifinals.
The scientist with the perfectly executed plan. One more Tali.
Just one? Oh, the Tali.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, he's already at 2. All he needs to do is win 2 more.
Good.
He'll be looking pretty good.
I can
with
hear
a
the
pretty
crowd
big check.
chanting Tali. Can you hear him in chat?
I can. Oh, wow.
Well, I think we're just about ready to wrap up some replays from that 4th and final quarterfinal match. Let's take a look at what Tali was able to do with Poison Spell.
Yeah, the Miner comes down from Tali in game 1, and the Poison. Quiet just never was able to really, recover from the amount of damage that the Poison and Poison cycle was continuing to go. Now, Tali getting out another Poison, and that's going to be the game. The cycle of Poisons in
Rất
game
khéo
one
các bạn.
was able
Tali rất
to
khéo,
get
rất khéo, rất
game
hay,
number
rất
one.
khéo.
But in game number 2, Tali plays amazing defense.
34 tuổi, một ngày 2017, 34 tuổi, tức là sinh năm 83 ở Di Là Bằng Bên. Wow.
Range of everything, and then goes in for the counterattack.
Amazing defense, but you know that Quiet was able to navigate his way through that maze, found the end, and had a great result toward the end of this 2nd round. Quiet building up his force, though, was just unable to get the return fire in round 3 of the match. The 3rd game could not go into. Who are those two?
Who are those two? Hey, got a little excited. I mean, hey, listen, we're just as much as fans as everybody else, Hey, these players, this is phenomenal play. Oh, man, this semifinals, Woody, it's all set. The stage is set. Everything is looking great. But, yeah, only 4 left.
I think it's time to send it back down to prep the audience for our next round.
We started this contest with over 28 million contestants. Odds are that you at home might have been one of them in the in-game challenge. Now we're down to 4 from 4 really awesome countries with a passionate fan base and great players. We have China, Vietnam, United States, and of course, Mexico. Let's take a look at the bracket.
Amazing. We've come a long way, and like you just said, Ash, we are down to 4 players. So we've got Music Master representing USA. He took out Adrian Piedra to get here, so that's going to be match number 13. Will be Music Master versus Wins. Wins from China. He got here taking out Baron, who represented Germany today, so Germany also out. And then, of course, we have match number 14, which is going to be Sergio Ramos, representing Mexico. He took out Electrify from Israel to get here, so Israel also out of the running now. And then, of course, for that match, he's going up against Tali, who's representing Vietnam. He just won his match that we just saw. And, of course, Tali got here taking out Quiet, who represented China. So pretty much now with our bracket, we've got these 2 matches left before we're heading on to the finals, and there's only 2 teams left. If you break it down, really, Team Nova versus Team Sandstorm.
Absolutely. These players, it's